Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Sean, and today we gotta talk about our favorite person on the entire planet, the corrupt super mayor Tiffany A. Henyard, because she has decided, amidst all of these controversies, a statewide attorney general investigation, a revolt from the board of trustees and your average citizens of Dalton, and by the way, in Thornton Township, that she is going to respond to this by launching the most entertaining political podcast of all time, a Spotify exclusive, it looks like, covering the trials and tribulations that she faces being the mayor of Dalton. And one of the funniest things about this is that Tiffany is doing this while facing all this criticism for being an attention-seeking, insane person.
Everybody got a grandstand on their point. And then when I say something, now everybody got to say something back. When I give everybody the flow, say whatever y'all want to say. Y'all got the flow. You don't got to respond after me. Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet. The mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work.
Because she's an attention-seeking, crazed person. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you to everybody signed up over on actualjusticewarrior.com/join.
Give me the money. Give me the money. Okay?
And thank you to the podcast listeners, Spotify, Apple, and Google's podcasting platform.
Hey, y'all! It's your mayor, Tiffany A. Henyard, the people's mayor. We here in the village of Dalton, and we about to get our skate on. Remember, when all 5 of them trustees said no, look what God did.
Yes, that is the self-titled super mayor celebrating the fact that she subverted the Dalton Board of Trustees, who all voted against putting an ice rink in the city of Dalton, talking about how she stole the money anyway and decided to build an ice rink in the city of Dalton. This woman is a special one. This woman is a national treasure. And honestly, I'm a little bit sad that the FBI, the state attorney general, and all these different institutions appear to be looking into her now, because how are we going to function as a channel, as a community, without Tiffany Henyard committing a felony, misappropriating funds appropriated by her legislature, and then doing a Facebook/Instagram live celebrating it, admitting to the crime like she did right there? Well, guess what, guys? I found a solution for all of us out there in the audience to keep the super mayor in our lives for years to come, and that is to petition federal and state penitentiaries to allow podcasting equipment in there so Tiffany A. Henyard's new podcast show can be broadcast for all of us from federal and or state prison, whichever one she's eventually convicted and sent to, because the people need to hear from the super mayor even post her being incarcerated for the many crimes that she committed.
Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard is launching what she calls the most entertaining political podcast ever.
Yes, but this all comes as she is being investigated by the FBI for allegations of corruption.
You gotta love the fact that she labels her own podcast that isn't even out yet, that's gonna drop next week, already the most entertaining political podcast ever. And to be honest, to be real, the Tiffany A. Henyard videos, they hit. Everybody is raking it in, covering the story, now that it has gone from just a few YouTubers talking about it 6-7 months ago to national news. So maybe, just maybe, her unfiltered for hours at a time will be the most entertaining podcast in history. Maybe, just maybe, we should ask President Biden, who she's close personal friends to, pictured here, right at this mayor's summit, to pardon her on the federal crimes and the governor to pardon her on the state crimes, as long as she agrees to never assume political office again and just does a political podcast, so we could see this woman in action when all we have is her and a microphone alone in a room. Maybe a jail cell, but hopefully a jail cell, because this woman should be in jail.
Last week, even as residents lined up at a Board of Trustees meeting to question her conduct in office, she continues to call herself the super mayor. And her new podcast, debuting next week on Spotify, is called Truth Speaks, the Tiffany Henyard on the Move podcast.
You heard it from the news right there. Her podcast is called Truth Speaks. It's a Spotify exclusive. So get your butts over there and subscribe right now. And I just want to thank the taxpayers of Dalton and the taxpayers of Thornton Township, because you know for a fact she's charging everything related to this podcast to the taxpayer, because that's what she does. She goes on vacation, stays in 5-star hotels, flies first class both ways. That's charged to the taxpayer. She decides that she needs her hair and makeup done before public appearances. Guess what? That's also charged to the taxpayer. Everything and anything Tiffany Henyard does is on the taxpayer dime, so I can't wait to see this new world-class broadcasting studio in the city of Dalton so Tiffany can speak about the truth and stand up to her critics.
So I heard you guys were looking for me. If you're looking for Tiffany Henyard, press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. So, what you want me to talk about? This or that? This and that? Or me?
I also absolutely love the commercial for it. She's just like a regular, ordinary YouTuber. Tiffany Henyard just wanted to go into politics so that she could be famous. So, of course, she puts out this right here where she's like, go and subscribe. You guys, link in the description. You want to hear me talk about the repos, me being investigated by the FBI? Guess what? That's all going to be here as long as you subscribe and also support me on Patreon. Pay no attention to the fact that the Dalton taxpayers are my #1 patron, and so is the Thornton Township. Just subscribe to Tiffany A. Henyard.
Hey guys, it's Super Mayor Tiffany A. Henyard, the people's mayor. So I heard you guys were looking for me. If you're looking for Tiffany Henyard, press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. So, what you want me to talk about? This or that? This and that? Or me? Tiffany A. Henyard, you pick.
Listen, I've seen announcement videos that launch podcasts. I've seen announcement videos that launch YouTube channels. And this, by far and away, is the absolute greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I am 100% subscribing to this. And it's not just the cheesy video with the cheesy music and the fact that she's like weirdly yelling into the camera. I don't understand why she has to talk like that. But it's also the fact that this channel art it's unbelievable that this exists. I can't believe I'm living in reality right now, because just look at this. She's wearing all white, sitting on a throne with the On The, spelled THA, Move podcast with Tiffany A. Henyard. This is just, it's unbelievable. I can't believe that this exists. I can't believe that this is a real thing, but I'm so excited for this. And it just gets better. The description says, get ready for the most entertaining political podcast ever. Tiffany Henyard On The Move podcast is filled with humor, facts, and most importantly, the tea in all caps. Get your weekly dose of excitement straight from the super mayor, Tiffany A. Henyard, quote unquote, the people's mayor. Again, these are self-granted titles. Subscribe to Ask Tiffany A. Henyard any question you want. Your question could be selected and answered on our Truth Speaks segment of the On The Move podcast. There's no question that won't get answered. Just remember to subscribe and be respectful.
Put your questions in the comments, and I'm gonna answer all questions. Just be respectful. If you're disrespectful, I'm not gonna answer it.
Listen, everybody out there in my audience. Get some questions answered by this. I will link this in the description of this video. It says be respectful, so you're going to have to like stealth in some of these questions, but please, for the love of God, all the power of my audience, the whole actual justice warrior, whatever you guys call yourselves, I don't name the people who watch my videos, I think that's weird. Let us get together, concoct some questions that are going to sound like they're flattering, but in reality are going to get her to expose even more crimes that she committed, because I can't believe that this is a real thing, and we need to do something about it. We need to come together as a group of people with one mind, one focus, one mission, and ask some crazy questions to this lady and get her to answer them, because I can't believe that this is actually reality. And by the way, we still have more Tiffany A. Henyard announcement video to go through, because every single frame of this is a painting. It's a cinematic masterpiece. It might be quite literally the greatest thing in the history of all humanity, and I seriously, legitimately might want to push for a pardon for her so that this woman can come out and entertain us till the end of time.
Because remember, I got the tea with the receipts. Matter of fact, if you want the tea, get it from me. Go tell that.
What more can I say about this woman? What more can I say about this human being other than the fact that she is special? She actually is the chosen one. She actually is the super mayor. She actually is the people's mayor. As long as she's not representing you directly, she is a joy to watch in action. And I'm amazed by everything about this person. Let us be honest. This is a gem. Let us be honest. This is the hero that we need. This is the thing to uplift all of our spirits. And honestly, if she decided to run for president, I would donate to her campaign. Not a lot of money, because I don't want her to spend it on all the frivolous stuff that she definitely would funnel that money to, but enough just to say that I contributed to this level of greatness. This woman just 6 years ago was being arrested for breaking into people's cars. She now makes more money than the governor of Illinois. She holds 2 elected positions, and she's committed crime after crime after crime for years without actually being arrested. And while she's getting scrutinized by the state attorney general for setting up a fake charity, for not doing the financial disclosures related to that, while she's being investigated by the FBI for targeting businesses and all the other crazy things that she did, she decided to launch this. She decided to endure, and honestly, we're on board with it. We're supporting it. I'm unambiguously a Tiffany A. Henyard stan, and I can't wait for this podcast. And now that there actually might be a video component to it on her YouTube channel, I'm all the more excited. Definitely liking, definitely subscribing, definitely following every update, turning on the notification bell, all of that good stuff, because what more could you ask for? Now look, that's all I really have for you guys today, but I want to know what you guys think about this whole situation down in the comments below. Are you going to be subscribing? Are you going to be a tier 1 or tier 27 patron to Tiffany A. Henyard? And do you think we actually have crossed the Rubicon into the greatest era of our lives, or do you think that Henyard is actually manufactured by AI in order to captivate the masses while the robots take over and kill us all? All your thoughts down in the comments below. As usual, if you liked the video, then show them by leaving a like, subscribe for more content, follow me on my social media, support me via the support links in the description of this video. This has been me covering the most baffling development in the Tiffany A. Henyard story. Till next time.